Hafide, welcome back to Weekend Edition. This is Rehash, where we recap the big stories of the past week and some big news coming out for election year. Ness,
yeah,
what's happening?
We have a new candidate for the Adelup for governor, Senator Dennis Rodriguez, who's the chairman of the Health Committee. He came out today, this week rather, and announced that he will be running. He did not announce his running mate yet, so he still has someone in mind, but I guess they're not ready yet to make that announcement, but he will be doing so in the next few weeks, I suppose. And he has picked up his papers at the Guam Election Commission. He will be joining, of course, 3 others on the Democratic side, 2 of whom have officially announced, Lou Leon Guerrero and Josh Tenorio. And then there is former Governor Carl Gutierrez, who's not officially announced yet, who hasn't announced his running mate, and of course Senator Frank Uggan Jr. and former U.S. Attorney Alicia Lim Tiaco. On the Democratic side, and then on the Republican side, we're thinking, or there's word that, of course, Lieutenant Governor Ray Tenorio and his running mate Tony Ada, but they have not officially announced either, although there are stickers that kind of suggest they will be running. So the 2018 political season is well underway, just in January this year.
And that's awesome. Lots of choices for the people of Guam. And myself, since I'm going to keep it to, I like to end on good news, so we'll end on Jason. But myself, spent some time in court this week. Defendant J.C. White was sentenced to 2.5 years in jail. If you remember, he was convicted for the aggravated assault that actually led to the death of bodyboarder, very popular bodyboarder, Brian Cruz. So this was a very, very intense, very emotional sentencing hearing that we had. Basically, family members of the victim were able to confront their loved one's attacker, and they were able to look him in the eye and tell them, "I don't intend to forgive you." Those were the words from Brian Cruz's mom. And you also see him near tears the entire time, and he apologizes to the family. I think there was like not a dry eye in the audience. He apologizes to the family, and he goes, I understand your feelings are appropriate, and I hope that someday you find peace. And so that was a big story. Again, that incident stemmed from an incident on October 2016. So a bunch of friends, a group of friends went out drinking. One thing led to another. J.C. White was caught on surveillance footage punching Brian Cruz to the pavement, and he was found later on in the back of a car, and he died from severe head injuries. But there wasn't enough proof during the trial to convict him of manslaughter or negligent homicide, which would have had way more time in jail. But the maximum J.C. White could face with the conviction of only aggravated assault was only 3 years. So 2.5 years in jail. He'll be out soon. That's pretty much it. Hopefully peace for the family. And, moving on to a lighter note. Carmen.
Kind of.
Carmen, if you're going to the beach, what should you know if you're going to the beach?
Yeah, so it's man o' war and box jellyfish season, and I got to do an interview with this man named Brent from the Department of Agriculture, and he told me all about what to do when you see these jellyfish wash up on shore. It was really interesting. When you see it, don't touch it. Even if they're dead, they still can sting you. I didn't even know that, so I learned a lot. And if it does sting you, just scrape it off. The tentacles tend to stick to your body.
But don't scrape it off with your...
Something hard, okay, not your hand.
But also interesting, a key point that Brent was making, he said you don't wash it with fresh water, right? You have to go with salt water.
Salt water and, take a credit card.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, a credit card's a clean cut.
Yeah,
clean
so it was really interesting. We went down to the beach. We didn't see any, fortunately, but we do know that there are sightings, so be aware. You never know.
Those things are no joke.
No, definitely
that could ruin your fun in the sun. And Jason, what's up on the social side?
On the digital side, we got a bunch of stuff that we want you guys to interact with, play with, share all over the internet. We have got a pretty amazing 360-degree video from our own Asha Robles, who went out on the water over at Lupang Beach Club. And if you guys don't know, if you guys have Apple TV and you have the Facebook app for Apple TV, it actually supports 360-degree video, so you can get a virtual reality perspective. You can actually control where you're looking with the little control. It's super, super fun and super addictive. Can you tell I've basically not been outside for the last week? We've got that, and then we have on our Instagram page, we have summarizations of Carm's story about all the restaurants that were shut down, and then Kiani, who's not with us right now, but she did a really interesting investigation about the massage parlor industry on Guam, and we've also got that really good comments, and we want to hear what you think about that. That is on Instagram.
Okay, if you have any news tips for us, for any of us here on the desk right now, email us at reporters@kuam.com.